It looks like he's been rubbing his head in shame and stress.
I have. It's funny you could
Have you
tell that.
cut your hair or anything? He cut it a little bit. He looks more manly now.
Thank you. Yeah, I cut it in. I went to Seoul to get my fucking haircut.
You also look like you got a sunburn.
Yeah, I did. I did. Like 2 days ago.
All right, so we're rolling. So start it off. You're Stephen Young and Cheonbuk. Tell us about this kids.
All right. Yeah, I'm Steven Turner. And I'm young in Cheonbuk, and I teach at two separate schools. I teach at this school called Okdon, and I teach there on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 9 o'clock to about 4 p.m. And on Tuesdays I teach at this school. Tuesday today I taught at this school called Chopyeong, and I teach there on Tuesdays, and I'm only there for like 5 hours. And okay, my main school, Okdon, it's a very small school. It's like 2 stories high. There's 40 students total that go to school there. My largest class is 10 students, I think, and my smallest class is 5 students. Okay, I can go through each grade individually. I teach grades. I teach first through sixth grade at Okdon. And first grade, teaching first grade students English is virtually impossible, and I have no fucking clue why the government thinks it's like necessary for them to take it because they have no clue what I'm saying. I have no clue what they're saying, and I'm lucky if I get a co-teacher in there to translate. Like I usually go in there, and it's just like they're just super hyper on whatever the fuck they're eating, and nobody understands each other. So they usually just color for 40 minutes. Second grade is not any better at all. Like second grade is probably my worst class, and like the 3 worst students that I teach are in the second grade. They're all friends, and they're just extremely rebellious, very loud, whiny. There's like 9 students in my second grade class. Third grade is my smallest class. I have 5 boys, and they can get out of control, but like they actually care about learning, and they're pretty good. Fourth grade's pretty cool. It's my largest class. There's 10 students in there, and they're pretty chill. I mean, their English level's pretty good, and they're usually pretty enthusiastic and easy to control. And fifth grade, I've got 9 kids in there, and they're pretty cool too. Uh, they're not as wild, and they're obviously their English level is higher. But fifth and sixth grade are my 2 favorite classes because like they're always super enthused and like they always are like, super excited to see me, even though I see these kids almost every day of the week. Like it's like they met me for the first time. They're always excited to come into class and say hello and practice English and all that stuff. And yeah, my sixth grade class, there's like 6 students in there, and they're all like the most adorable kids ever, and yeah, I like them a lot. And Chopyeong, it's a mess. Like I have no idea how many students I teach there. It's just like it's a massive classes. Like they're pretty easy to control. Their English levels are much higher than my main school. And I see fights break out there. Like every Tuesday that I teach at Chopyeong, like, a fight breaks out. Like it's so bizarre. And it's like I don't know, like I would say like the weirdest thing about me teaching, like the most bizarre things that I've experienced with teaching ESL to Korean kids is like how competitive they are. Like we'll play games and like I mean I've had kids like cry and like storm out of the class and like throw shit at me and at each other, and they're really crazy about like competition. So I kind of like try to avoid doing that as much as possible. And yeah, the whole fighting thing that happens at my school teaching on Tuesday. It's like once a week over just the most random shit. Like it's just weird. My principal at Chopyeong, the school I teach it on Tuesdays. I've talked to that guy like once, and I said hi, and I see him all the time, and I just never say anything to him because I just don't know anything about this guy. And my main school, I have no idea what my principal's name is, but he seems like a nice guy. He speaks absolutely no English at all. And I could always tell he's always trying to be friendly, and so I mean that. Yeah, like I was saying, the principal, he seems like a nice enough guy, and he doesn't speak any English at all, and I could tell that he's kind of friendly. He always invites me out to school dinners and that kind of stuff, and I don't know. I think the first week I taught at that school, it's like a big tradition, like big traditional thing for businesses and schools and coworkers to usually at the beginning of a year or something like that, they'll all go out to eat together and they'll drink a stupid amount of alcohol. And my first week at school, they took me on that. There's some Korean word for it, but I forgot what it was. But there's this alcohol here called soju, and the only thing I could really compare it to is vodka. Like it's so much like vodka, but it seriously has no taste. It goes down very easy. And he made me like it's really rude to like turn down a drink. And I didn't know that like if you finish your drink, it basically means you want more, and if you don't want any more, you just don't drink it. And I didn't know this, so I ended up drinking like more than I should have, and it was like a Tuesday night or something. And yeah, that was probably the only time I really tried to like speak Korean to my principal, and I try not to do that because I guess I'm not worried about saying something wrong. I'm worried about just like me sounding funny because I have a foreign accent. But yeah, I mean that's my relationship with my coworkers in a nutshell. It's awkward and kept to a minimum. And my vice principal at my main school, I don't know her Korean name, but she goes by Gloria, and she seems kind of nice in her own way. She tried to get me to date her daughter at one point, and that was probably made the top 10 most awkward moments of my life. Like it was that's
Was
like a
she hot?
I mean, she was cute, but I mean, she was just so strange. Like, I don't know. I can't describe it. That story would take me like an hour to tell. But I did actually at one point just caved in. And I was like, sure, I'll go eat dinner with both of you. And we went to her mother, my vice principal's apartment, and like she had, I mean, the most massive, like it was like she lived on this apartment complex that was 84 stories high, and she lived on the 84th floor and had like, I mean, it was just amazing. Like she had like 10 or 12 rooms, just like four of them living there. She had like 12 rooms in a library. This girl was rich, and I don't know, it was just bizarre. Like the whole experience was just so weird. And when I actually did sit down to eat with her and her daughter, like I didn't say anything to her at all. Like I was just like I didn't want to be there. I just thought it felt weird. And I mean honestly, I'm pretty sure she felt the same way. And like I could tell her mother was getting really really pissed because we weren't talking to each other. So I don't know. I just tried to get out of that situation as fast as I could. And I had a friend that was with me in town, so I was just they were there pretty much for the sole purpose of me getting out of it, which was a pretty weird experience. But I like my coworkers. We don't communicate that much, but we try to be friendly, and that's all I can really do. But yeah.